Welcome. So today I've got Simon Worth with me. Hi, Simon.
Hi everyone, thanks for having me on, Scott.
Sorry, it's Scott McRae from Right at Home, and I've got Simon Worth with me today, and I thought I'd give him have a chat with him, basically, because he's really helping Right at Home and Maidenhead out. As we've gone through a really hard time with COVID-19. Our staff have been absolute fantastic stars. We've looked after people with COVID. It's been high levels of stress. Even if they haven't been looking after people with COVID, they've been worried about it, like everybody in the country. And Simon's been working as a carer for us on a part-time basis, and I've engaged his services to really make sure that our carers are being looked after mentally. So he's been doing a couple of things. He's been giving us weekly and monthly tips to improve our well-being. He's also available to our team if they need confidential one-to-ones. So I suppose I've really stolen his thunder a little bit by saying all of that.
That's great.
Yeah, that's right. Maybe you could explain. I mean, it is quite difficult to talk about mental well-being, even for our staff, isn't it, Simon? Who
Absolutely.
Are in care?
I think it's something that there's still a lot of stigma about, and I think employees particularly can be very wary of seeking help. But to be fair, I mean, it's great to see it right at home. There's a more positive approach to mental well-being and staff well-being. It's I think if you can keep the staff happy, healthy, then it's a win for everyone. So I think that with the one-to-one sessions, helping people to offload, just to say things out loud sometimes that are spinning around in the head, especially having been through the times that we have. Worries about COVID, what that means for people's jobs. So in your situation, it may not just be their own jobs that they're worried about. It may be a partner's job, parents, kids, that sort of thing. So there's lots of things going through people's minds at the moment. And I think to have the opportunity to offload that in a kind of a compassionate environment, free of judgment, and that can be really helpful. And working as I do as a coach, I've certainly noticed one of the most powerful things with people is when they get the chance to talk and just be listened to. And then from there, really, it's about trying to get very specific about the thing that might be creating feelings of stress or anxiety, looking at what's within their control and influence and what's outside of that, and trying as best we can to focus our energy on the things that we can control and influence.
Yeah, it's really difficult when you're under a lot of stress to see the wood for the trees, isn't it? And I think it's important. First of all, I'm not very good at this. Okay, I tend to jump in with solutions straight away. Not really listening to, but it's really important to listen first of all, isn't it? Rather than give solutions straight away.
There is that saying about you have two ears and one mouth for a reason.
Yeah, I know. But as a man, you just want to, it is a very male thing, is that you just want to give solutions. We're not good listeners. And I think if you can give somebody a chance to offload and then maybe give them one or two things to concentrate on, it gives them a way through. Sometimes, sometimes it's really difficult to see a way through.
One of the things I try and do with people is create goals. So, if there's a particular problem, stress, anxiety, whatever it may be, what are 2 or 3 things I can do this week to improve that situation? Or even one thing, whatever it may be, but just have goals. And I think it's all the time we kind of sort of stomp through the swamp, or as you say, working our way through the trees, trying to find a way ahead. So to create a plan for somebody that, you know, if I follow these steps, this will improve my situation. I think that's a massive thing for people, feeling that they've got a plan to make things better. Because, you know, you can't always remove something that's creating a stress or anxiety, but you can manage it. And again, it's bringing it back to what can I control, what can I influence. You know, I can't control what things happen to me or the people I care about, but I can control what I say, what I do, you know, my reaction.
No, exactly. You can only control yourself, can't you? I mean, it's the only thing you can control,
Yeah,
actually.
I think when you break it down, it's what you say, what you do. That's the only things you can really control.
Yeah, managing other people is really hard. So if they can start managing themselves, it makes it a
Yeah,
lot easier.
sounds like you need a
Um,
coach.
yeah, no, exactly. So in terms of what useful tips you could give, then what do you normally, have you got a number one tip that you try and give somebody?
Well, I think there's a few things really. I think acceptance for one thing. So accepting that you are feeling the way that you are, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with thinking or feeling any thoughts or emotions. It's how we react to them that create the problem. So accept the fact that, you know, I feel stress or I feel anxious, whatever it may be, and that's okay. Now, what can I do to make that situation better? So for me, yeah, accept your thoughts and feelings. General well-being tips like getting outside, exercising, um, you know, coming off social media, you know, for some people is helpful, and just being out in nature, getting the blood pumping, you know, moving, exercising, eating well. Those things will always help. And then in terms of specific things, it really comes down to it comes down to each individual. But, you know, for me, it's let's create a plan. Let's um, understand what we can control and influence, and create goals and tasks to make that situation better.
So, and obviously one of the other things that people have struggled from actually over COVID is been sleep, because they've been worried about what's going to happen. Yeah, they've been worried
Yes.
about lots of things, but a lot of it was, especially at the beginning, was the unknown.
Yes.
So any top tips for sleeping?
Well, yeah, I think trying to have the same bedtime each and every night if you can. Try and get up at the same time each day can be really helpful. Certainly coming off devices like our phones, iPads, things like that 2 or 3 hours before bed is helpful, because the blue light on the screens.
Yeah.
So that's not helpful. And creating a routine so that your body gets used to a routine before it goes to bed, and that starts sending signals to say that this is what's about to happen. And I think trying not to leave anything undone for the next day. So, you know, whether that's things like making sure you stack the dishwasher before you go to bed rather than leaving it for the morning. You haven't got that thing at the back of your head then saying, I've got to do that when I get up. And other things I find helpful, keeping a notepad by the bed. So anything that's popping into your mind when you're trying to relax, trying to sleep, just jot it down on the piece of paper. Because again, you're not ignoring the problem. It's not swirling around in your head. You're dealing with it, and then you can address it, you know, the next day.
Yeah, perfect. So, I mean, I recommend Simon. Okay, I use him for my team. If you want to just give your contact details, Simon.
Yeah, probably best. My website is catalystwellbeing.com, and yeah, also on social media, I am Worthy Coach on Facebook, and yeah, all my contact details are on those platforms.
Excellent. So if any of my team are listening out there on social media land, then and they want to speak to Simon, then they can get in touch confidentially with me, and I'll organise a one-to-one with him. And if there's any businesses out there that are concerned about their staff well-being and want them to be looked after from that point of view, I'd recommend Simon. So
no, thank you very much.
When I have done all my magic with this video, you will see his details come up below here. Okay, so okay, that's it from me.
Thank you very much, Scott. Really appreciate the time.
Thanks, Simon. Okay.
Cheers. Thanks.